I thought another good question he asked was like, how did you meet? Which I was like, we have a vlog for that, you should check it out. Just kidding. I didn't say that. He did mention that after 2 years, we're gonna have to do like a follow-up. If you're a real marriage, nothing to worry about.
Nothing to worry, just be yourself.
Yeah. Welcome back.
So, what's gonna be our video for today, baby?
So for today, we are doing more of an explanation of our green card process. So for Herejean's green card process that I got to be a part of. So we haven't really like written out anything. We're just kind of gonna talk through some of what we remember through the whole process from start to finish. And see where we go from there.
If you're just new here to our YouTube channel, please don't forget to smash that subscribe button.
Yeah! Where do we begin? We fall in love. So once I knew I was going to propose to Herejean, that's when I got a lawyer, an immigration lawyer involved. The reason for that, I know everybody can't afford a lawyer. I could hardly afford one at the time, but I knew I really wanted to because I didn't want to screw anything up, because if I screwed something up, it's a wife, right? You know, so it's like high stakes. I wouldn't want to ruin our relationship because I filled out the wrong paper or forgot to sign something. So, in my opinion, it's well worth getting a lawyer. I know some people say different. I'm sure I could have figured it out on my own, but I would have been nervous and freaking out the whole time that I had messed up something. And you would have to go back home and we'll have to start all over again or something like that. So that's number one. I do recommend getting a lawyer. Some people don't. In addition to that, we happen to have COVID this year, which everybody cannot forget that entire 2020. That made the process 10 times longer, right? So again, I was really glad I had a lawyer because our government just took a lot longer to process everything. In fact, they were shut down. The immigration office was shut down for quite a while. In total, a year, right? We'll explain it the whole year, but everything from start to finish took about a year for us, right?
Before we get the schedule for the interview.
Exactly, yeah. Do you remember any of the costs?
Like in total, like you spent like $5,000. So I think $3,500 goes to the lawyer, and then
the lawyer was about $2,000.
$2,000 for the lawyer.
Yeah, and that was everything, right? That's just we paid it up front, and then we never had to think about it again. That's just everything, yeah.
Yeah, and the rest is for all the government documents because I'm already together with his insurance, so my medical was covered by his insurance. So instead of 2,000 something we paid for my medical, so it's going down into like 1,000 something.
Right.
Yeah.
So that helped a lot. So in total, we got about $5,000 from start to finish. That's everything, right?
After married, that's the time that I met the lawyer that he already met before he proposed to me. Because, right?
Yeah, because I met her because I was like, I don't know how to marry a person who's not a U.S. citizen, so that's why I met the lawyer first.
Okay. So that's the first time I met her, and yeah, we discussed that what are the documents that we need to prepare in order to have a green card. What do you call that, babe?
So in order to apply and start the green card process, there was tons of stuff. I don't necessarily remember everything, but she gave me like a long list of like, bring this document, have these documents. For instance, we needed passport photos of every page of Herejean's passport, right? We needed new passport photos. Remember, we had to go to CVS and get new passport photos. So we had to get a bunch of them, like our birth certificate. For me, I had to show proof of that I could take care of her. If she had no job and got sick, the government wants to make sure that they weren't going to have to like pay for her like unemployment or some like homeless shelter or something like that. So I had to show that I could take care of her. So I had to show my finances, my savings accounts,
Your assets.
Yeah, my assets. Where do I work? How much do I make? So I had to bring like all those in. We had to get pictures of us already, and submit like, here's like, our life. Like this. Yeah, here's our life over the last how long we dated, which was like about a year and a half. Yeah, a year and a third.
Yeah.
And just kind of showing like that we're a legitimate couple, that we're not just like doing this for business reasons or anything like that. So we had 2 meetings with the lawyer. So that was the first one, kind of like talking about everything. The second one was turning all those documents over that she asked for. And that's when we submitted everything, and she started making copies and all that kind of stuff. And then after that, I think she submitted the request for the green card.
Yeah.
Her change of status is what it's called, because she had a B1, B2 visa, so she applied for a change of status. This is actually important because one of the big questions I had is that Herejean's visa expires in that July, and what if the green card goes longer than that, which it happened to take a year. She said maybe 3 to 4 months, but with COVID it could be a lot longer, and it definitely was a lot longer. So if it reaches July, does she have to go home, or can she stay, right? Because she shouldn't have a green card yet, so when you just have an expired visa.
Yeah.
But the lawyer said that once you started the change of status, so in your case, status to a green card, she was able to stay.
Make sure when you already apply this,
don't plan on leaving.
Don't plan on leaving until you get your green card.
Until it's done. Between all this, the lawyer said if the green card process happened to take longer than expected, they would begin issuing her working permit before the green card, just because things are taking a lot longer. Well, things did take a lot longer because it was COVID, and so they actually sent her your social security number.
Yeah.
Yep, before we even got the green card. And then they said within about a week or 2, you'll get your EAD card, which will allow you to work, right? Which is big news for us. Unfortunately, the EAD card never came. And then we kept waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for it. It was like 2 or 3 months.
Yeah, after the SSS card arrived.
And so we ended up getting half of it and then never got the EAD card. Basically, they issued the EAD card in October. We didn't get it until March.
Yeah. So it's like, it's almost expired when I received my EAD card, guys. We come back again to our lawyer since we have already scheduled for our green card interview.
Yeah, we got a letter in the mail for the green card interview saying on this date at this time,
you need to go here, la 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 la. So it's like a letter, that invitation.
Yes.
Or something.
Appointment letter. Yep.
Since we got that, so we come back to our lawyer again, and we met her for the last time, for the last and final, before we're gonna have our interview, and she rehearsed us.
So rehearsing what type of interview questions will happen during our immigration interview. And the immigration interview is a lot of questions about us as a person and about our relationship, and whether or not I know things about Herejean, whether or not she knows things about me. And again, it's just all to prove that we do truly love each other, live together, and have a relationship.
And it's not a fake love.
Exactly.
Or fake marriage. The examples of the questions that she trained us is like, what are your in-laws' name? You know, what is your husband's birth date?
What's the color of your carpet? What's the color of your blankets?
Yeah.
You know, things like that. Things that if you were just actually together, you would know, right?
Yes.
The one I didn't know was
the color of the blanket.
That's true. That's because I'm colorblind.
So you don't know, guys, what the color of our
I never thought of that. I know about it now. I just don't remember colors.
Yeah, because Dominick is colorblind, so he have always problem with the color.
And they also asked me what the brand of her shampoo was. I'm like, I don't know. Okay, so after the rehearsal with the lawyer came Herejean's medical exam. So and this is really important because you cannot get the medical exam too early. In fact, you have to, I think you have 60 days between getting the medical exam and giving the results to the interviewer. Yeah. So if you get it any earlier than that, you'll just have to get another one. And it's expensive, so you don't want to do that.
You need to wait first for your schedule, guys, before you go for medical.
Yes, which for us, unfortunately, was only a 3-week notice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and there was a couple appointments. So we had to have the initial appointment. Then we had the next day appointment to actually get some of the, to get the shots and everything like that, have them take our blood. If you haven't seen that vlog, check it out right here.
Yeah.
And then we had the next week, we got to go over the results of your medical.
Yeah.
Right? And we were just hoping nothing bad showed up, because if it did, would make everything take longer, and we only had 3 weeks, right? But everything showed up good on the medical results, and then we got everything in a sealed envelope. You got to keep it sealed. You cannot open this thing. You got to bring it to the interview with this sealed. It's like a special seal on it.
Never open.
It's to prove that we didn't tamper with anything.
Finally, guys, it was April 2nd.
This is the date that we are showing up for our interview. We dressed up for it. We're
Yes.
to look a little bit nice.
So
not too fancy, just polo, some nice pants, and some shoes.
Yeah, for the girls, like, you know, like formal, you're not allowed to wear like tank tops, sleeveless, you know, like be formal.
Yeah,
but
job interview.
not t-shirt, you know, like something like.
So when you go to the appointment, you can't show up more than 15 minutes earlier than the actual appointment time, right?
Yeah.
So we walk in, go through security, where you actually go through the metal detector and everything. And for us, it was pretty straightforward. We just kind of sat down in a waiting room with other people there for the same reason. And at some point, an interviewer will come out and call your name. And they did say that before we showed up, is to try to show up with less stuff to take off in the metal detector. Just makes it less hassle for you. Yep, sat in the waiting room, waited for someone else to call us back. And at that point, we got our temperatures checked on this weird little head machine thing.
Yeah, you just
You have to
like
stick your head in
this,
there.
guys. This is a machine, and then you put your head, and it's beep if you're normal. I don't know, maybe green if you're normal, and the light will turn into red if you're higher or something. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
sometimes they separate you and they interview her first, then they interview me, and then they compare our answers. We fortunately didn't have to do that. So we
We're
got-
just lucky.
Yeah,
I think
so.
that's our lucky day, guys.
Yeah,
And we got also a nice and
Super
a
nice
good
guy.
interviewer. Like he's so.
yeah, it was just a real
So
nice
nice.
guy. Asked us a lot of nice questions about
He's not that
ourselves.
strict.
And it didn't seem very like aggressive, right? Which was nice to see. So he wasn't here to try to scare us. He was genuinely. He made the assumption that it seemed like he assumes that all right, we're a legitimate marriage. I just gotta ask you a few questions to make sure it's good, right?
Yeah.
Rather than trying to be like, oh, you gotta convince me, otherwise I think.
I observed to him like when he asks me, like he's also looking.
Yeah, I thought he was just weird, but I didn't realize that you noticed that as well. I didn't know that till just now.
You
So
think he's
I was
weird?
thinking, now that you mentioned it as well, I mean, I was thinking to myself that he's either like observing my body language, which makes sense. I probably trained them in that or something. 'Cause
Yeah.
he was like watching my hands while I was talking. He was watching my eyes, but I almost felt like he wasn't like listening to the story all the way. He was more just trying to like watch like what I'm doing and how I'm saying.
When you're trying to talk or something, you need to speak
Yeah, you probably
eye
were.
to eye contact.
Yeah, I think I talked with my hands more when I was in the interview, so
Yeah.
maybe that's why he was watching my hands a lot as well. Whereas you think you were
Like
sitting
I'm
more.
so far.
I think no, you actually sat on your hands. You did this. Then you yeah.
I know.
We got to interview together. We're both sitting in the room. We're kind of separated in the room. It's filmed, by the way. He had the camera on, and then we had a letter from our lawyer where she wanted to attend virtually, and so she just so I basically gave the sheet of paper to the interviewer. He calls the lawyer and puts her on speakerphone so she can like listen through the whole meeting, answer any weird questions, or if she thinks anything strange or inappropriate, like he shouldn't ask that type of question. And that's when she would like jump in.
He asked me first, like he says, when is your husband's birthday? How old are you?
Yeah, and then he asked how old you were, your birthday. He asked those to me.
Like
actually.
a personal
Yeah.
stuff, a biography.
Yeah.
So of course you should know that, guys.
Right.
In the Google, guys, if you wanna know like what are the questions that mostly asked, just search in Google like green card, visa, interview questions. You will learn a lot in there.
Yeah, and just to
Yes.
practice. Here's the thing: you should know everything. You should know these questions about your spouse overall, right? Mostly. And I think the practice that we did with Google, just kind of finding some interview questions in general, it just helps, in my opinion, you getting put on the spot, getting asked a question, and just have to think about it and answer, and just try not to get too nervous about it. So for me, it was just good practice, just because I haven't really thought about your
like what's the shampoo?
Yeah, your shampoo.
What's the size of your husband brief?
Yeah,
or like that.
Like, that's a weird question. And I think we also gave really good evidence before we got there, like all of our pictures, all of my financial statements, other evidence that we supported.
Yeah.
He also, when we arrived there, he asked for other evidence to like support our case that we're a legitimate marriage. So I had records that we have a joint financial account. She's on my insurance.
I'm the beneficiary of your
life insurance.
Life insurance.
She's on my lease for our apartment. We also brought a list of our blogs. We said we have video evidence of our, you can go look at our blog.
Because guys,
please subscribe. I thought another good question he asked was like, how did you meet? Which I was like, we have a vlog for that. You should check it out. Just kidding. I didn't say that. He asked Herejean that question, and
I know actually it's not me right away. Like he just
how we met.
Okay, guys, how did you meet? And they were looking to each other because who gonna answer? Because he didn't mention who's gonna be the answer, me or you. And then Dominick says like,
I was like, sir, is this question directed towards me or for my wife? Or do you want us both just to chime in? I want to make sure I'm answering this correctly. And he goes, oh yeah.
I'm gonna start.
Herejean.
So I'm gonna start with her. So I'm the one who started the story of how we met, but we don't wanna tell the story. You just check it out right here. We have our how we met story over there.
Very true.
Yes.
And then but this was a cool thing that he did. He was like stopped her halfway through her story. I was like, all right, Dominick, now pick up where she left off and start explaining the story.
So he continued.
Yeah, and so I had to like immediately like pick up where she left off, start explaining that part of the story, which if I knew the story, I would be able to start and continue on, right?
Yeah, right away. You didn't need to think.
And it would make sense, right?
I think it's a matter of luck. Because some of the people that I heard, like, they're having hard time. And also it depends of the interviewer. Like you got, there is some that they're very strict. There is some like, easy go lucky. There is some that they're nice, friendly. Everybody has different. So that time we're just lucky that we have a nice guy.
Yeah. So the interview was relatively pretty quick. It was about 30 minutes in total.
Less than
30 minutes. 20 to 30 minutes. I think the rule they actually have is that the most the interview can go is 30 minutes. Even if they split you up, they can only do like 15 minutes each at the most. He responded at the end that our case was pretty straightforward. He says he'll be approving our case by the end of the day. And
so it's like he already give us a hint that it's approved.
Exactly. And 2 to 3 weeks after this interview, he's gonna send our green card. Otherwise, we'd show it to you, but we don't have it. So we're still waiting for that green card. So it should show up in a week or 2, which is good news. He did mention that after 2 years, we're gonna have to do like a follow-up. So then that'll be could be another interview, or it could just be us presenting more evidence that we're still together, that we still live together,
that we're still divorced.
Yeah, we still have a financial joint account, and that we're still a legitimate marriage. If you're a real marriage, nothing to worry about.
Nothing to worry, just be yourself.
Yeah. We walked out of the building, and that was it. We went and celebrated and had some Panera for Herejean. She loves soup.
Wear formal clothes, but not too formal. Be on time, because when you're late, guys, they're gonna cancel your appointment.
They could. If they're being really strict.
If you're canceled. So you need to be early, but not that early. At least like 15 minutes. Bring all the IDs and documents. But for me, they just asked me to bring my passport, my employment card, EAD card. What else? I think that's it.
We brought your social security.
Like the proof that.
And I think that's it. Yeah. And then I had my driver's license.
Be confident when you're answering.
I might ask you the same question 3 different ways throughout the interview. Maybe not right one after the other. just to see if you keep the same response. So it's just, repetition to see how you respond each time. If they're all the same answer, it's more likely that it's right. If during the interview you realized halfway that you said something incorrect earlier, you have a chance to be like, hey, I want to correct the record. Earlier I said this, but I actually meant this. Or I thought you said this, but I realized that's not true.
Yeah.
Be open and honest. And if you don't know something, say you don't know.
Or you
better not to make up a story and then hope that your spouse also makes up the same thing, right?
Yeah.
So better, if you don't know, you don't know. It's not the end of the world.
Or the lawyer said that you can ask for him to rephrase the question. Like for me, sometimes I have a hard time. Like sometimes they're using some words or phrases that I don't understand. But if you're gonna rephrase it, okay, this is what you mean.
Any other advice?
I think that's it.
Sweet. Don't get married during a pandemic. that's my best
So that's
advice.
your tips?
Yeah. No, but everything worked out.
Yeah.
We're happily married. Just got our green card. Just gonna start working soon and driving.
Oh my God.
Just kidding. We haven't started
He's gonna
training
be
yet.
my teacher now.
Yeah, we're gonna start that very soon.
All this process, guys, Dominic is the one who's working hard.
It's a lot of
I
work.
just go with him if
I ask her to go.
if he asks me, okay, Herejean, we have an appointment in the lawyer tomorrow. Okay, I go with him. Or Herejean, where is your passport? I show him.
Herejean, we have to go pick up your medical results. And she goes, can you just go?
Yeah, when we pick up the medical result also, I don't want to go and Dominic pick up for me and then he end up coming back to pick me up
Because she didn't sign one of the forms, and so she had to be there to pick it up. So I had to go back to the house just to pick her up, just to go back, just to sign that one form.
just to sign up one page of paper.
Yeah, it was literally just one, right?
Just comment down below if you have any questions.
Yeah, 'cause we didn't
Maybe
really,
can
like-
help you.
Yeah, we didn't like write this all out. We just kind of wanted to talk it out and see how it went. So
Yeah.
we definitely, I'm sure, left some things out. Feel free to ask questions, like you
Yes.
said, in the comments.
If you have any questions, we're just always here to help you to answer based on our experience.
But before we go, my lovely wife has several shout outs to our awesome supporters. So again, thank you guys for being super supportive to our channel. It means a lot to us.
We have Miss Edna Despi, Lorena Pacheco, Regine Bancale, Kutamora Grace.
And special shout out to Pinky Mateo.
She requested for Dominic, guys.
For me to do the shout out, so I don't typically do them just because I'm bad at pronouncing names. So
Especially the Filipino names.
yeah, so shout out.
Lot Santos. Hi, Miss Lot Santos.
Hello.
Thank you so much, and we're gonna see you again next
See you guys.